Hi everyone. So today I'd like to tell you a little something about this beautiful creature, the Rooted Woman Oracle, which is being published by Hay House. And I'd like to talk about one of the spreads that I am suggesting that people might like to use as they work with this particular deck. The Rooted Woman deck consists of 53 cards. There are 17 in each of 3 different suits: the Places suit, the Allies suit, and the Journey suit. And these 3 suits represent 3 distinct forms of guidance or insight, inspiration, as we walk the path of the heroine's journey. The heroine's journey that this deck offers is a journey which plants us back firmly in the wider world where we belong, rooted and grounded. So this oracle deck encourages you to ask for guidance around or insight into a particular situation you might be wrestling with, or a stage of the heroine's journey that you might be travelling along and working through right now. It wants really to help you to understand the influences that impinge on a particular situation and to offer insights into the nature of a challenge or opportunity that you might be facing at this particular stage of your journey through life. So the journey spread is a 3-card mini spread which draws a card from each of these 3 suits. Let's say that your question is, where am I now in the heroine's journey that is my life, and what qualities and tasks should I focus on to inform and to help me? So let's think about the Place card first. Place cards in this deck are about the land being our greatest teacher, and in our native traditions here in Europe, the land was our greatest teacher. And so the cards in the Place suit reflect the archetypal qualities of particular landscapes throughout Europe, and these archetypal qualities reflect the tasks or the challenges that you might focus on in responding to your question. So I've chosen for the purposes of this spread the Cave card, and the Cave card's subtitle is Incubation. And caves, because throughout Europe our ancestors descended into caves to listen to the whisperings of the otherworld. And caves, of course, are dark, they're womb-like, and the passages which lead to them often reflect the processes of birth. And so they reflect the journey out of the safety of the womb and into an uncertain world. So in a sense, the cave is a portal to new life. And that rebirth, which begins to be dreamed into being in a cave, to me is at the heart of the heroine's journey. So the Cave card to me invites us really to shut ourselves away for a while from the clamouring of the outside world. And if we're held there softly in that healing darkness in the cave, we can begin to reimagine ourselves. So here in the cave is where our transformation begins. It's a profound and a lasting transformation which really can only emerge from the darkest of places. So in this spread, the Cave card would suggest to you that your path is about to undergo a transformation. Your journey through life, you're about to undergo a transformation if you pick this card. The Allies card would be your second card. And the Allies card feature women from European myths and folk tales who represent some of the archetypal roles and qualities which will be helpful to you along the way. These women might be goddesses and other deities, or they might just simply be otherworldly characters from myth and folklore. So when these cards show up for you, you might ask yourselves questions about the kind of guidance that you're looking for at this stage of your journey and who is offering insight and intelligence to you. So I've chosen, again for the purposes of this spread, the Buried Moon card, which is subtitled The Hidden Feminine. And the Buried Moon comes from a very old folktale, beautiful folktale from the fens of England. And in it, the moon decides to take a journey into the marshes and is trapped there by dark things which hide in the marshes. She's buried in a big black hole because the dark things want to destroy the power of the moon. They despise her light and they want to extinguish it. So to me, the buried moon really represents the lost heart of the feminine. And I think the lost heart of the feminine is the heart which knows all of the secrets of sustaining life and creativity. So this is a story, I think, that countless women will have experienced down the ages as a consequence of our rootedness in very patriarchal societies, which are afraid of female power and have gone to great lengths to suppress it. So the light of those female qualities might well be buried so deeply for us that we've kind of forgotten they even exist, let alone where to find them. So at this stage of our journey, the moon is an ally who encourages us to go back, deeply back inside ourselves, to search for that feminine mystery which has been suppressed over countless centuries. What is our part of that? Women's ways of knowing and being. So to me, this card tells us that the journey, the stage of the journey that we are facing is about the buried feminine, and it invites you to think of the moon as an ally on your journey. Finally, the third card from the third suit, the journey suit, and the journey cards include different kinds of journey or different shapes of journey or different ways of journeying, as well as cards which reflect different stages of the heroine's journey. So the card that I've chosen again for this spread is the Imram card. Now, Imram is a word in Irish which literally means rowing about, and in the old stories, which were referred to as Imrama, the protagonist would set off across the sea in a tiny little coracle with absolutely no direction in mind. And that was the point of it, that there would be no direction in mind. They would just set out, and the purpose of their journey was to see where God, because they were often Christian tales, took them. So if we undertake an Imram, if we undertake that kind of journey, we're giving ourselves over to fate. We are accepting that there is no preordained destination. And so this journey is, above all, about trusting whatever life might have in store for us. So this is a journey in which we simply leave. We step out of the door, we put one front foot in front of the other, and we grit our teeth, and we walk, and we trust in fate or the gods to point us in the right direction. So for me, this card also tells us not to be too prescriptive, not to be too set on a particular place or a particular kind of journey. It encourages us to go with the flow and see what happens, and to trust in the process. So I hope that you have fun as well as insight and encouragement in using the cards in this oracle deck, which is beautifully illustrated by Hannah Willow, to illuminate your own heroine's journey.